A new poll has come out which says that 75% of you Canucks, you lazy, sausage brain, good for nothing Canucks, 75% of y'all approve of a second lockdown because you're so afraid of coronavirus. You're so afraid of coronavirus. Everything is coronavirus. Everything is coronavirus. Have you noticed that? For this whole year, people have been making excuses not to do things that they feel uncomfortable doing or which makes or involves them doing a little bit of work because of coronavirus. I don't want to get coronavirus. The corona. Go back to work, make money, be a father to your children, be a husband to your wife, and vice versa. You know, all this talk about, oh, I don't want to go, we shouldn't open up the economy anymore. We shouldn't go back to work because, coronavirus. I don't want to go. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Stop making coronavirus the excuse for everything. I don't want to go back to work because of coronavirus. I'd rather sit on my ass and collect CERB. The hell is wrong with you? What the hell is this? You mean you'd rather sit on your sorry ass getting fat and watching more foolishness from the mainstream media while you're collecting your welfare check? You don't want to get up, be productive, and go to work. Shut up! Damn Canuck. I'm sick of this, man. I'm going to tell it like it is. Shut up! The only reason, and you know, these people, they know. Coronavirus isn't the problem. It kills less than 1% of people who get it. The cold, the sniffles is worse. Sitting in your home with the doors locked, with 10 guns in the house and 15 Alsatians and Dobermans walking the grounds is more dangerous. You're more at risk from getting raped inside of your home with the doors locked, bars on the windows, 15 Alsatians and 15 Dobermans in the yard than you are of dying of coronavirus. Shut up! And then here come these people. We can't open the borders. We can't open the borders because the Americans, they come with coronavirus. They come with Shut up! Open up those borders. I said, open them wide up. I want all the Americans from New York, from Maine, from Washington, from Michigan, from Minnesota, all the way down to Florida, all of them. Come on in here, shop in our stores, go to Niagara Falls and walk around Clifton Hill and spend money in our economy. Hell, I mean, some of y'all Canucks are so damn cheap. I mean, the only thing you really want to spend your money on is foolish. And hell, I haven't seen a store that Americans don't like. Americans can spend money. That's one thing about Americans. Without them, we'd probably become a third world country a long time ago. So shut up! Y'all are just lazy. I think that's the only reason why you got so many of these sausage brain Canucks supporting Trudeau's stance on Corona and Doug Ford's. Every time you go on the CTV News Facebook page and the CBC News Facebook page, you see all these sausage brain Canucks. I'm so glad that Doug Ford is I didn't normally would have voted for him, but he's dealing with this so well. I'm a lazy 300-pound gorilla sitting on my couch. I don't like working. I hate work. I've never liked work. I'll take any excuse I can to continue sitting on my backside and collecting thousands of dollars in CERB money because I'll blame it all on coronavirus. You know, let me tell you something. I'm not going to be too much longer with you people. You know, it's like sometimes like talking to a brick wall. I don't even know. You know, I have seen, because I work, and I'm not speaking from an ivory tower. I work 2 jobs, for crying out loud. I work myself to the bone. And I mean, I've had many unpleasant jobs. I've cleaned toilets. I've washed windows. These hands have cleaned doo-doo from toilet seats. truck drivers and prostitutes. I mean, I have done things I've lifted boxes. I've worked in the hot sun. I've done all sorts of stuff. I've done jobs that I don't like. I love my job now, but that didn't always used to be the case. I've done jobs I don't like, but I do it. And I'm not saying you have to do a job you don't like. If you don't like your job, then you work to get another one that you like. That's the beauty of the economy we live in. This isn't the Soviet. But for you to blame coronavirus and everything, and get this too, those that are forced to work, and I've seen this with my own eyes recently. Those who have to work, they use coronavirus as an excuse to be as lazy as possible at work. And I've seen it, and I've heard it too. Just the other day I've heard it. I've seen it. The manager will say, the manager will say, go serve a few extra tables, go, help the truckers get the box. I don't want to go. I might get coronavirus. And the boss, he has to walk on eggshells because, he doesn't want to get reported, The manager says, come on, we need extra hands, do this, that, and the third. Come on, let's do this. We got some money up in here. You talk to them like that, especially Canadians too. Especially, you don't get away with that in America. I mean, some of these American states, especially in the deep south, you go on like that, you're fired. And some of these states with no unions and no rights and no nothing like that, Mississippi, Alabama, all those places, you go on like that, your ass is fired. But over here, you had to walk on eggshells, especially the older ones too. Older Canucks who think that they know everything. You try to tell them to do something in this day and age, I'm going to report you to the health department. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go to Durham Health on you. I'm going to do this. You're subjecting me to coronavirus. Shut up! You're not afraid of no damn coronavirus. I can go on your Instagram page right now and see pictures of you doing God knows jack shit all with a bunch of people shacking up, doing all sorts of foolishness, pleasurable, but when it involves you doing any work, it's corona. 70 for most of these Canadians out here blaming the coronavirus. I mean, most of them just don't want to work. They're just lazy as all outdoors. And by the way, I mentioned, it's mostly older people in the work job who will report you to the union. You can't talk to them a certain way. You can't tell them to do things because it's, especially if, let's say, the manager is younger than the employee, then they're even more arrogant. But it's the young people do it too. You may have seen it in the universities or the high schools. Good Lord have mercy. Anyhow, the teacher tries to talk to a young person in this day and age. In a Canadian school or college, university, and I saw that in my college days. It's like these students, they go on like as if they're smarter than the professor. And if you try to talk to them any kind of way, they'll argue with you right there in front of the classroom. I mean, the only way you can shut these people up is to bust their ass with a ruler. So, I'm not going to be too long with y'all, but, this whole thing about 75% of this country is supporting a new lockdown over a virus which kills less than 1% of people who get it. And we haven't reported on a death in weeks now. I don't know if that's changed recently or anything, but I mean, I've heard constant reports that there hasn't been a death in a long time. There have been cases, yes, and the symptoms of this Chinese virus are the same type of symptoms you get when you have like a very bad cold, sniffles, all that kind of stuff. It's like basically you have a cold and you get better. You survive it. I think the flu kills more people than this coronavirus has. But now these people want a second lockdown not because they're afraid. These people know coronavirus isn't that bad. It's not that. They just want to sit down at their house and collect more CERB money and don't want to have to work. That's the problem. And you need to get up off your butt, go back to work, be a father, be a man or a woman, and be productive. hell is wrong with you? Otherwise, we'll just have to get the Chinese and other Asians to come to Canada and just take y'all over, send y'all back on a ship, and send you tacky-headed selves back to Europe. And if you're black, send you back to Africa. And let the Chinese take over Canada. I don't want that to happen. But maybe that's what needs to happen, because y'all are as lazy as all outdoors. That's the only reason I can think of why 75% of you people in this country support another dramatic lockdown over a virus which kills less than 1% of the population, of the people who get the virus. You know this. You know, I don't have to tell you this. And this thing about keeping the border closed. Most of y'all probably just don't want to deal with the extra customers. That's the only thing. Y'all working Burger King or a front desk or somewhere, you haven't seen the place so empty in ever. And all you're basically doing is sitting down on the computer, doing nothing, playing video game, playing on your phone, doing nothing. You don't see any customers. All the kids are back in school. The Quebecers are back in school, back at work. So, you know, especially if you're living here in Ontario, you really haven't seen any customers now. And you don't want the border to reopen, because then the Americans will come in and disrupt your playing on your computer and gossiping at the front desk or not doing anything. Let them come. Yankee, I want these borders open. Let the Yankees come in. Come on in. Disrupt them, lazy Canucks. You disrupt them like I don't know what. Get them off their butt to do some work. Tired of this thing here. But that's what I have to say. This is the